If that looked like a fun time, I can assure you it is as fun to do as it looks, if not a little bit more. And if you want to buy the game just based off of that, I wouldn't blame you even a little bit. But perhaps you'd like a little more context before you buy. Well, I'm happy to help you out. My name is Greyhaven Raven, and today I will be bringing you my impressions of Crimson Desert so far. Full disclosure, I'm a Black Desert veteran, and though I wouldn't consider myself a whale in a comparative sense, Hurlibus and I have a long-standing relationship where I've sent them money for satisfaction. I'm not the luckiest of guys, so that investment mostly failed to pay dividends. In fact, the reason I left the game ended up being horse breeding, but that's a different video. In my head, Crimson Desert wasn't just a new game, it was my return on investment, my redemption arc, the universe paying me back for all those sleepless nights watching my enhancement attempts go up in smoke, and it being advertised to the entire server. I wanted two things from this game, no less, but I'd certainly take more. Power fantasy and sandbox. Give me a world, let me break it. Let me feel like the main character without needing a credit card or a narrator telling me I'm the good guy. The game already has a chosen one thing going on, but I wanted the freedom to decide how that looked. Am I a crooked thief, untrustworthy, and wanted throughout all the lands? Am I a well-respected, knightly sort? Or perhaps a balance of the two as an opportunistic, chaotic good entity? The last time I went into a game with rigid expectations and got something totally different was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. For those of you who know, you know that I know what, if you know that I know that we know that that game, it was supposed to be a classic stealth game. But what did we get? A demigod simulator. And you know what? I liked it anyway. No, I loved it. And the fact of the matter is that I put hundreds of hours into that. And that was on a PlayStation 4. So with Crimson Desert, I figured maybe my expectations are finally in the right place. Maybe I've matured as a gamer. Maybe I have finally healed the wounds that Black Desert put into my heart. To be clear, the expectations were accurate. Crimson Desert is absolutely a power fantasy sandbox game. And the healing is still ongoing. But let's not put a damper on the spirits of the occasion just yet, because I've put 23 hours into Crimson Desert so far, and I'm going to say something that might sound a little hyperbolic, but I'm going to say it with my whole chest because I mean it. And that is that this is already my favorite open world game of all time. And it's not just because the world is beautiful. It is. But it's also because of how unexpectedly engaging it is to just travel. No fast travel, no following quest markers, just picking a direction and going, let's give it a shot. Let's see how far we can go in this direction. No insistent objectives, no markers telling you where you have to go, no hand-holding, just curiosity. And the game rewards that curiosity constantly. You see a cliff, no pun intended, go climb it. And inside, well, what do you know? There's a cave. Oh, looky this. Inside the cave is a guy or a picture of a thing that you got to look at. And this thing, this guy, it gives you a quest. The quest leads to a boss. The boss drops a weapon that you didn't know existed. And suddenly your entire combat strategy could change around this cool weapon. Or maybe an effect. Sorry, something fell off my desk, but I'm going to keep that in. In general, if there is a cool effect on a weapon, and you're like, well, maybe I have a favorite weapon, but this cool effect is also really cool. Can't I have both? Yes, you can. You can take the cool effect off the weapon and put it on the weapon that you prefer using. They have thought about it and have decided to make it up to you. Now, I've decided my first playthrough is going to be a lawful one. No stealing, no looting innocent NPCs. This is me role-playing as a functional member of society for once. Despite this, I'm not having any money problems. Looting bandits, picking up plants along the way, stumbling through rivers, yoinking fish with my bare hands. It's all very easy money. And I haven't even unlocked the camp yet. I've only just gotten to chapter 3. The point is, this game doesn't restrict your curiosity. I want for nothing. The game has been throwing resources at me, and all I've had to do is willingly engage with the world as it happens around me. You don't need to grind in this game. You don't need to optimize. You just need to be curious and perhaps a little patient with both yourself and expectations that other games have probably given you about open worlds. Let's talk about why this game's different though. Because I haven't felt a satisfaction of traversal like this since Elden Ring. I remember Elden Ring, a game where discovering random secrets. I was about to call it a place, but it is kind of a place. You're transported, right? Discovering random secrets not marked on a map is definitely something Elden Ring made very popular. And there's a thing where you see a weird thing in the distance and then you can go to that thing. That's something that Elden Ring did too. Now, I want to be clear about the difference between my satisfaction that Elden Ring gave me and the satisfaction that Crimson Desert gives me. I spent hours reading item descriptions and watching Vadi Vidya videos constructing theories about Elden Ring's lore. It was the lore of Elden Ring that hooked me first. It was that trailer, you know, the one where that narrator just goes, "Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead that yet live." And that got me. I was like, damn, I am the foul tarnished, the dead that yet lives. And that was really the start for me. But with this game, the lore is fine. It's serviceable so far. I'm not really losing sleep over it though. It's not really what's making me start the game up after work, after a busy day. No, it's the mechanics that hook me here. Everything interacts with everything. The climbing, the combat, the physics, the environment. It all works in tandem to create moments that feel emergent, unscripted, like I made them happen, not a developer. And the sandbox they've built here, people are going to be exploring it for years. And I genuinely cannot wait to see what kind of unhinged creativity the community brings to the puzzles, to the encounters, side quests, and the story, honestly, is just a vehicle for introducing slices of the game to you. You can care about it or not, and it won't really dent how the game goes. The story makes the game better. If the story wasn't here, the game would not be as good. Now, some people would say, can the story be better? I'm not really here to tell you that. I'm only 23 hours in. I'm only on chapter 3. I can't judge the full story yet. And I also didn't come into this game for something that would draw emotion out of me besides absolute sensationalism. I came here to throw bandits off of cliffs and bridges, and this game lets me do that multiple times in a variety of different ways, each one more satisfying than the last. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the controls. I took my time with the game, and it didn't take forever to learn them, but it also didn't take 5 minutes. I would say by the time I got genuinely comfortable, it was probably around the 12-hour mark where I was comfortable both traversing and going into combat with with pretty good competence, where I knew I wouldn't need to heal up and I wasn't going to die. And to be clear, 12 hours, that's me not that's me not putting any kind of focus on it. Literally just playing the game. Here's the thing though. Traveling controls and combat controls are different. It's like your character has two personalities. Travel Cliff, he's a chill guy. He climbs rocks, he picks flowers, enjoys the scenery. A real everyday person. And, it's slower gameplay. It is slower gameplay in a lot of ways. However, Combat Cliff, he's a feral animal. And if you don't know the actual controls to know your options, it wouldn't matter, because sometimes you'll forget what button blocks and what button does the cool flip. Now, for the first few hours, every time I got into a fight, it was like my hands had a meeting and decided to unionize against me. Block? Nah. Dodge? Dodge? Nah. You're going to do a heavy attack that misses completely. Want to parry? Best I can do is jump and put your weapon away and then stare awkwardly at the enemy while you take out your bow. That happened to me multiple times. You're going to see that happen a few times during this video. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't stop and think for a moment that I couldn't do it, I just had to be a little bit more patient, a little bit more forgiving with myself, because learning things is not an immediate process. It takes a method, it takes time. And I will admit, there was something that clicked around the 8-hour mark or at the end of my second play session, where I was just like, wait a minute now. And I started going around looking for bandit camps just to get some practice. And, I started not getting my butt kicked. And that wasn't because I was getting all of these upgrades. There's no leveling up in this game. It was just because I started knowing what to do, what my options were. And then the game really opened up. It opened up quite a bit. And then we got to really experience my favorite part, and that's combat creativity. And this is where my journey starts and ends currently. I'm still going, obviously, but when I started grasping the combat, the moves and the combos and how they flowed into each other, that's where I started. That's where I live. I'm a simple creature. If I see an enemy, I want to fight them in the most entertaining way possible. And Crimson Desert rewards that mindset constantly. You can bash your head against any encounter you want, and I did that for a while, for science. But the game is always nudging you to be creative, to consider your options. Maybe there's an explosive barrel you can use instead of trading blows. Maybe blind the boss with the sword flash before they charge at you or during their charge to interrupt their pattern. Then go in with focus palm, bada bing bada boom, stun lock them, get in a combo, or climb something nearby, get some height, drop down on them from above. I'm more of a spear person myself, but the more I played, the more I found myself falling in love with unarmed combat. And then I unlocked the clothesline, and it was over for me. There's something deeply satisfying about running at a giant man who has a big ol' axe and then just BAM! Clotheslining him so hard, he flips over, hits the ground, the screen shakes, and there's a giant thud noise, and he's just done. I couldn't get enough. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I respect my entire build. And I ditched the spears. I said goodbye. Goodbye, spears. Farewell, swords. It's time for grapples. It's time for unarmed combat. And I became, for all intents and purposes, a professional boxer in a world full of people who love sharp objects. Here's the best part. It works. You can stun lock bosses if you know what you're doing. You can chain grapples into combos, into finishers. You can grab a bandit and throw them into another bandit, and then watch that bandit that you threw hit an explosive barrel, and the barrel explodes and takes out a few more bandits. Maybe it even takes out a watchtower while it's, that was nearby, because one of the bandits that gets blown away, smashes into the watchtower so hard it just collapses. That is the type of gameplay that is possible in this game, and it's so good. It's so good, guys. Now, my biggest problem in this game at this point, it's not really any enemies, because I run around with very minimal healing items, and ultimately, yeah, unless I'm practicing on a bunch of people, I don't typically run out. And, you know, indecision is the biggest problem. How do you want to win? It's not a question of can you win, it's a question of how to do it in the most entertaining way possible. Do you go for the stylish parry? Do you go for using the environment? Do you just suplex the guy? Spoiler, it's usually more fun to go with the suplex. That being said, I only play the story when I'm ready to unlock more stuff. That's my general rule. Main quests unlock systems, and you can get a few other things, and I treat them as keys to a bigger playground. Right now, I only just hit chapter 3, 23 hours in. If this were a linear game, I'd be maybe halfway done, but I'm deliberately dragging my feet. Every time the main quest tries to pull me forward, I look at the map, see a corner I haven't explored, and I go there instead. This game gives you the freedom to do that. There's a lot that I haven't seen yet. A lot of systems I have not even touched yet. And I'm still in the starting region, 23 hours in, still starting region. Pretty sick. And the best part is, no guide necessary. I haven't used a single guide. The only guides I've used is how to figure out those puzzles if it takes me more than 10 minutes. I'm a busy man, after all. It's been a long time since the game made me feel like a kid again. Like I'm not optimizing or min-maxing or chasing a meta. I'm just exploring, naturally progressing, and being rewarded for it. That's worth more than any legendary drop in my book. So my final thoughts on Crimson Desert. You're a Black Desert veteran, and you stopped playing the game because you were tired of basically a world that didn't reward you as much as you wanted it to, then this game is for you, because it has all of the charm and complexity of Black Desert, but it's put into a much more polished, pristine package, and it's there for you to enjoy. And if you've never played Black Desert, none of that matters to you, then take this to heart. Crimson Desert is one of the most satisfying open worlds I've ever explored. It respects my curiosity, it rewards my creativity, and it lets me suplex bad guys, which is objectively a mark of quality. I still have dozens of hours ahead of me, probably hundreds. I haven't touched mid-game, not even close to late game. I haven't experienced even half of the systems yet. I haven't even come close to knowing how long this game is going to grab me for. But the ride has started, and so far, my hair, if I had some, was whipping in the wind. This is a game I'll be coming back to for years. There's no doubt about that. Now please, enjoy this raw gameplay footage of me stumbling into a quarry filled with very unlucky bandits, who were lucky in only a singular regard, which you will get to see very soon, but I used them to practice my unarmed combat, so please enjoy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or week. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.
Make your peace! Northern Sky! No choice but to shut up and listen to their orders. This is your end, Greymane! Gonna chop you up so small. I'll kill all you savages! Northern Sky! This is your end! You've done me a great service. Fleeing cowards! You pathetic nuts! You're gonna lose! Don't! Playtime's over! Just die already! You've come too far! Look inwards! Consider where you went wrong! Shriekers! Greymane! This is a beating you'll remember! Northern Star! Die, Greymane! Just die already! You fight like a cornered rat! Come on then. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. This isn't right. Your stance is weak. I'll slaughter all you beaten curs. I saw that coming. You pathetic mutts! You expecting me to kiss it better? Northern scum! And around we go again! This is your end, Greymane! Your time's up! Northern barbarian! I'll break you down! What did I do to deserve this?
Do you have any goblin in you, friend?
You're about to die!
All or nothing!
Jeeves, you're dead! Oh, you want to fight? Of all the rotten... inwards. Consider where you went wrong. Look inwards. Consider where you went wrong. You've done me a great service. Are you a gladiator or just...
I needed a good sweat.
So many weak spots in your defense.
Okay, this one's facing.
On the stick here.
I saw that coming.
You didn't try to run. Good.
You bit off more than you can chew.
Just getting started. We're just getting started. I'll enjoy your death. I live for this.
Hear me out. Just then brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it you want from me? You're not leaving here tonight! It just getting started.
Your time's up.
Just die already! I saw that coming. You won't get away! Scurry on to where you came from! So many weak... Die! Northern barbarians! Scurry off to where you came from! You grave worshipping savages! I'll break you in two. Now! Northern You're just getting started. Northern scum! Just die already! Scurry off to where you came from! I saw that coming. I'll break you in two. Now, in three.
thanks. How kind. How kind. My gratitude. That's not nice.
You'll be painting my picture after. I beg you.
Northern filth! Defend yourself!
Fleeing cowards! Have that kind of faith.
Thank you.
Gotta do better than that, friend!
Die, Greymane! Die already, you shite! I'll kill all you! Greymane! I'll kill you, you fuck! I'll break you down! Die, you bastards! Still breathing? Please, this isn't right.